In the beginning, I thought it was a lie. My father had trained me for an apocalypse that I wasn't sure was ever going to happen. But guess what? It happened. My father, who was one of the strongest humans, died trying to protect me. I met with other people who were struggling to survive the apocalypse. And the only thing that kept me going was the will to find my mother. The only clue I was following to find her was a picture that had been captured by a bully's minion. Losing my dad had already made me lose some of my rationality. That was when the bully's minion made a grave mistake. He stabbed the lady that was helping me find my mother. That was when I snapped. The little emotion I had just left me. I jumped faster than a frog would. And within the span of half a second, I was already in front of the killer. I punched the killer's face hard enough to break his skull. I didn't end it there. I moved again, hitting him in the face, which smashed his head to the wall behind him. I picked up the knife and was about to kill him. A voice made me snap back to reality. A doctor named Wang was telling me that killing was a line I could not come back from. Just when I left the knife on the ground, I felt someone attacking me from behind. I dodged, and behold, it was one of the friends of the killer. I punched him in the face too, knocking him out. Just then, the bully's boss himself comes in. We had all gone to the subway to find shelter and protection from the monster aliens. But little did we know that all the noise we made had caught the attention of an alien monster, who is now burrowing into the ground to locate the source of the noise. We see two guys cooking food when rocks from the roof fall into the pot. They look upwards when the monster opens its mouth towards the cooks. Back to the fight. The bully's boss tries to attack me when he suddenly feels chills. He feels the chills he gets whenever he meets the alien monsters. A man comes in looking help with blood covering his body. The others see just a human being. But do you know what I see? A sick monster parasite. As I expected, a monster had taken over the man's body and starts to attack. Luckily for the others, the boss bully killed it off with an axe. Just when everyone started to praise the boss, an even bigger monster dropped to the ground floor, emitting aura never felt before. The others try to run when the boss suddenly shouts like a real leader. He tells them to stand and fight to survive. They turned around one after the other. Maybe it was because they saw the boss killing the enemy before. They grabbed their weapons waiting for the boss's orders. They turned to the boss to see him bleeding. It turned out that the boss hadn't totally killed the monster back then. The ray of hope they felt vanished in an instant. Fear, panic, and a need to survive clouded their judgment. They start to run for their life, not realizing that they were just making themselves targets for the monsters. Just then, I started to walk slowly towards the monsters. Maybe it was a sense of justice that moved me, a sense of pity, or more importantly, a sense of revenge. I walked slowly towards the monsters, disregarding the voices of the doctor. Using parts of my father's battle stance, I lift my fingers ready to blast forward. I run with all my might as I begin to dodge all the tentacles coming up against me. I tie them behind my back to restrict the monster's movements. Holding the monster's core in the boss's body, I rip the monster core out, making it useless. Two more monsters stare at me in shock as they attack me. Using my agile body honed over years of training and combat, I knee-kick the first monster and jumps upwards to dodge the second monster's attack. Grabbing the axe stuck at the back of the second monster, I swing the axe, not with strength alone but with technique and precision, cutting down the monster down to its core. Sports Girl, a companion of mine, is seen running with a little girl when they see a monster after them. Sports Girl speeds up and ends up at the safe place. She realizes that the kid couldn't keep up with her speed and is now becoming a meal for the monster. Just then, Chicken Comb, a spirit-free guy, comes in and hits the monster away, saving the girl. The monster turns away as it seems that its companions need more help. I was surrounded by the monsters when I begin to calculate my survival chances against them. I could win, but the problem was that I didn't know how many monsters were available at that moment. I let my guard down and got a scratch from the monster. I started to think about whether to escape and leave the others or fight and risk being killed. I lift my head up and see Chicken Comb standing in front of me with his weapon in hand. Since he was a simple-minded guy, he says one thing. I get the gist, you know how to kill these monsters, right? How can I help? Another man also steps up to help as he also carries a weapon. I run towards the monsters while the others distract it. I dodge several fire attacks from the boss monster and jump to strike its weak spot. I miss as the monster counters with its fire attacks. The other man in glasses blocks the fire with his wooden shield as I smash the weak spot of the monster. We see more monsters ahead of us as Chicken Comb rushes towards them. He sees an attack coming and perceives to use his bat to block the attack. The monster breaks through the bat and hits him to the wall. I killed another monster in front of me when I see another about to kill Sports Girl. She closes her eyes ready for what's about to come. A light flashes before her when she sees that I had killed the monster. After all that fighting, I had exhausted all my strength. I fall to the ground and close my eyes. After some time, I wake up to see bandages all around my body. I rip the bandages off as the doctor is shocked. He says that it has been 2 days since the fight. So how could I have healed already? The 12 survivors, including myself, gathered around to have a meeting. They ask about my identity when I tell them that, for all my life, I had been preparing for the apocalypse. Based on the abilities they have seen so far, they believe me right away. I was given new clothes from one of the girls who was previously a designer. Since I didn't know anything like privacy and all, I just took off my shirt and trousers in front of all of them to get changed. Sports Girl gets flustered and attacks me. I dodge the attack and wonder why she did that. She screams at me saying that I should put my dress on. I just dress up and later prepare to go to the surface to get some food. Sports Girl also readies herself and decides to follow us. Little did we know what we were up against. We didn't know that they're monsters far stronger than what we fought. But there is a saying that wherever there is darkness, light can also be found. As I also begin to uncover the true power I possess. Like and subscribe to the channel to watch the next part of this video.